The National Cycleway project has seen councils around New Zealand develop riding trails through their districts. The Hauraki Rail Trail stretches for 82 kilometres and includes a leg that runs through the stunning Hauraki Gorge. In this video we talk to JT, the Mayor for Hauraki District Council, on how the region got involved with the project and what it has meant in return.
So, welcome on board.
Yeah.
If you'd like to tell us about, you were an early adopter, what is it that got you involved and what have you seen as a result?
Yeah, well, John Key's first, we were one of the first start-up programs of the 7 through the country when John Key announced that he wanted to have a look at this rail trails through the New Zealand. So we were given about 155,000 to do a feasibility study. We got that feasibility study and it came out at about 10 million. And interesting that most of the trails of a similar size came out about the similar amount. Of course, there was only 50 million come up, so the government actually came back to us after doing the feasibility and said, no, you've only got 4 million. And we said, well, that's the finish of the rail trail. And because we did, we're a small council, only 89,000 people population, where was I going to find 6 million? However, I remember always taking it away. I took it home and had a look at it, and I thought, man, I've been in economic development for many years, and this was the best return, not only for Hauraki, but across our two neighbours, councils, regionally, and sustainable as well. So I said, we've got to make this happen. What can we do with the 4 million? So I have to say this was a really good partnership with our neighbours, Matamata Piako District Council and Thames Coromandel, who each of us put in $500,000 each. That got us to a stage of getting this rail trail up and going, and with some really good staff resourcing that we had here with our engineers, we managed to cover some costs but have a robust trail. The end result, of course, has been absolutely fantastic. I mean, here we have last year, across the whole trail, 86,000 people using it. But in the Hauraki Gorge, which is the most popular part, some 130,000 people using it. We know that the direct economic benefit was 2.5 million, but indirect benefit probably closer to 4 million, and even that could be a little bit conservative. So it's lived up to and better than the original feasibilities that we got some 5 years ago.
So the indirect, what are you talking about there in return to your district?
Yeah, the ones that spend it in the cafes. We've got a new cafe set up, motel. We've got a few B&Bs have set up. We had some cafes that were sort of struggling, to say the least, that were struggling a little bit. Completely turned them around. Really caught out. We all got caught out a little bit because of the sheer numbers, and that's because of the close proximity to Auckland and Hamilton. So we are the busiest rail trail now in the country. Hence, we managed to pick up an award for economic benefit in the awards middle of the year for economic benefit to a community. So that was great winning that, and it probably demonstrated that it really has delivered beyond what we even expected. So I have to say I've been a very happy mayor with the Hauraki Rail Trail. It's been very popular. It's around about health as well. The average age group is around 45 to 65 year olds, and that's average. And what it is doing is getting a lot of people out on, like me, I was going to say yourself, Blair, and myself, out on a bike and getting out there, and because it's flat. That's the other thing why it's popular. It's great with families. It's become the new recreation activity. Golfers, but it's professor at Waikato said, be careful, golfers. My age group are taking up cycling and giving up golf. So that was an interesting comment, because you can get out there, you can get out there and trail any time. So it's a great health benefit as well. So yeah, it's been all round good, and we're looking 74 kilometres at the moment. We're looking at extending that, and our neighbours are looking at extending it. And so I think you'll see this. I absolutely truly believe that you're going to see rail trails become more and more popular throughout the country. I mean, we're actually seeing that. But I think a lot of councils, government, have not yet grasped the potential of these cycleways and what they will deliver from a recreation and a health point of view. It really is, I think, an exciting time. And let's hope that it just keeps on growing, these rail trails, until we do have John Key's dream of starting at the top of the North Island and finishing in the South Island.
Because Pyro is already world famous, isn't it, for its connection to the LNP brand, but has this really taken Pyro into a new realm of tourism?
Without a doubt, particularly the Crangahat Gorge. In actual fact, to be fair, anything between Paeroa and Waihi, it's a magnificent piece of cycleway, and that's why we're getting those huge numbers. 130,000 through the tunnel. That's a significant amount of people in a year. So yeah, it's a challenge for us actually. The problem we have is about if that number keeps growing, that we might have a big problem with the numbers.
Yep.
But we're making improvements. We're putting better signage in. We're getting more lighting through that tunnel. We're looking at that right now. There's a number of things that we've still added on. We've still got a lot of history to do. But look, the LNP bottle is still famous and world famous in New Zealand. But I think the rail trail now, we are getting a very good name for ourselves. And to give credit, Paeroa's picked up a couple of awards for that. I mean, a couple of years ago they were Community of the Year award. So Paeroa's has turned around. We've seen that in Waihi as well. There's some real exciting stuff happening in Waihi with the Discovery Centre and that. So I think you're going to see that follow through as we extend the trail. We'll end up this trail connecting pretty close to Auckland, or not far from, up the Kiowa coast. Another beautiful piece of geography that'll be exciting, and we're in looking at getting that into construction this summer.
Fantastic. Well, that's exciting news for your district, and thank you very much for your time.
Thanks, Blair. Thanks very much.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah, enjoy this trail.
I will. Thank you.
Right.